All right, good evening, BSers. This is another episode of With the BS. I'm your boy Wyatt. And today we got a special topic that we're talking about today. We are going to review the whole season of Amazon's Invincible. So I think it got a lot of, views and a lot of kind of talk over the last couple weeks. And we just want to go ahead and discuss and hear what we got. So, of course, before we start, I'm going to introduce my group. And we're going to start with Juan. How you doing today, bud?
And making it, bro. Glad to be back on. Carry on.
All right. And Nick, you doing all right today, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me once again. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, that's always. And then Natalie, you got the Invincible shirt on.
That's right. That's right.
So even though I hear that you're not necessarily a fan of Invincible himself.
No. If I had a red shirt, this would say Team Omni-Man. But since I ain't have a red one, this is what I had to go with.
All right. So kind of to kick it off. So overall, how did y'all feel about the season kind of starting out and how it ended? Because it ended kind of crazy.
So for me, man, it's something completely different. So if you used to, it's like how you introduced it to me at first, Wyatt. So it's like Young Justice meets the Justice League all in one type thing, right? Mm-hmm. But it has a big twist to it. So I really wasn't familiar with the comic book, so I had to go back and do my research. So this is a very written out story. There's a lot of content to it, and I'm looking forward for it to come out. I know Amazon Prime picked up seasons 2 and 3 on it, so that's going to be huge. And how it ended, it follows the comic book to the exact point. So right where it ended is kind of where I left off. But overall, man, I thought the season was excellent. Really, it had me guessing, had me thinking who was the real villain in this show, and it comes out it wasn't who I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, you got to keep watching it, man. You got to keep watching it. Shout outs to who wrote this comic book. He did a good job with it, and good job on the show as well.
Yeah. So Natalie, so why don't you like Invincible? Like, because you have been against this man from the jump. What's up?
So, like, I guess it's just his character. He has like no redeeming qualities to me. Like, even though he's a teenager, he is just, he doesn't have anything so he's not trained, which is kind of like a good and a bad thing because you can see how he can develop over years. But to start off, he's not trained. He doesn't try to take the time to like get the training. He doesn't make good decisions. I think he's just a boring character, to be honest. I think Omni-Man has a better arc, a better storyline. Even Adam Eve is more interesting than Mark.
Nick, how do you feel about
it? I liked it. I did. Like on average, I would say I'm kind of critical of that type of animation style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I really got back reacclimated with it with like Castlevania, like Blood of Zeus, same animation style. So I feel like this kind of got me ready for this, but I'm gonna have to do the same thing Juan did and go back and do my research on it, get a little bit more in depth on it, see if the show is actually touching on everything, you know what I'm saying? But so far, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Like I said, it's just the animation style a little different for me, because I'm used to watching heavy, anime, Japanese style art, but still refreshing.
Yeah, so I want to go back to what you said about Invincible, because like I feel like one thing that has it about Invincible is the fact that like he, how, okay, take it for instance, Spider-Man. Spider-Man had no training, and then all of a sudden everything kind of went right for him. I think this is kind of more like a realistic view of it because as a teenager, you always are going to be impulsive. You're always going to have something where, hey, like I think I can do this, or I can learn how to land. I can do all this by myself, and it's a realistic thing where sometimes experience, trumps, strength and all the rest of it. So I think in that same instance, he tries to do his best, but in the same instance, like his dad showed him a couple things, but he kind of just let him go off. You know what I'm saying? So I think Omni Man was kind of a shitty daddy too, because he just be like, okay, now that you know how to fly, like he punched him in the stomach one good time, and then after that he stopped training him. Like so, so I mean, it's one of those things where if he was gonna try to go ahead and do that, you know what I mean, he should have been able to train him a little bit. He should have been a sidekick.
A man said that stop trying to land is like peeing in your pants.
Uh-huh. Peeing in your pants.
Peeing in your pants, and that's a hell of an analogy on trying to stop trying to fly. It's like peeing, gonna piss in your pants. That's how it is. Nah, man. Omni Man is a worse father than Goku, in my opinion. And Nat, it's all love coming from my way. All love coming from my way. But opposite of you, I like the Invincible character. It's different. Like I said, it's different. All right, so why you use Spider-Man? When Spider-Man got them powers, he was kind of geeked about it, right?
Yeah.
Invincible was like, I really don't want to do this. And he's more like his mother. You see what I'm saying? He may have his dad's side, but he got his mother's personality. And she also said it when they were sitting on the porch, the boring side. That's more like him. But I don't see him really, at first didn't want the powers, but then as he could see what he can do, he started coming into his own. But that whole, Dexamite race is unique in itself because the older you get, the stronger you get. So he's weak now because of his age, and Omni-Man is older, so that makes him a hell of a lot stronger than Invincible. So I'll let you go ahead, Nat, because I know Omni-Man your guy. Go ahead.
Look, I'm not trying to condone his actions. Like overall, like the show itself is great. I'm not trying to condone Omni-Man. I'm just trying to say I understand where he was coming from. Like he got this son that he was probably gonna turn him over with the rest of the human race until he realized he had some powers. So then he gotta decide if he can train him up and then get him to join his side, or is he gonna fight against him? Like that's the choice Omni-Man really had to make. And you can see that at the end, when he made his choice, even though he was trying to prove to Mark to join the side or whatever. So like as far as like why, like you said, he wasn't really training them, he still had that internal conflict of whether he should train them up and either train somebody that's gonna be on your side or he's training up his enemy. Like so he only gave him so much. Like even in episode 5 when he watched him getting beat up at Machine Head's little penthouse, like he has to make that decision. And Omni-Man is conflicted. Like he knows what his purpose is when he came to Earth, but he's been there for 20 years and he has developed feelings for the wife and his son, but he still know what his purpose is. So like that's why I can understand Omni-Man's issue and what he's trying to do. Mark, Invincible, it's nothing good you can really say about him. Like I don't know. Like, I mean, I can understand if y'all like Mark, but I just don't see anything good about him. He can't make good decisions. He can't even just pick a good girlfriend, because like Amber just straight dragging him the whole season. Like he should have launched her in space like he did that trash bag the first episode. So I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
She kind of ticked me off when she found out that when she let us know that she always knew. I'm like, this chick here, bro. Like, and
yeah, I was like cussing at the TV screen. I'm like, I know they just called him a coward like 5 seconds ago, and then you like, I knew. What? Nobody's that horrible. I mean, she's almost as worthless as Iris in The Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part pissed me off too, because one moment she's like, where were you? And he's making up a lie, and then she's like, you just ran off. You're a coward. If you knew that I was invincible, you just saw me get drugged by this RoboCop looking mother, and now all of a sudden it's like I'm a coward. Like, and then she tried to go to a frat party to get. Essentially, she tried to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because she was trying to get up with an old buddy, and then after that, he was like, "Yeah, I can't wait for my girlfriend." She's like, "Oh, you got a girlfriend?" Oh, and so like to me, it just seemed like. And then after that, when he finally gets the nerve up to tell somebody, you know, they hadn't even been dating like 6 months. She was like, oh, he didn't even tell her he loved her yet. He need to tell her secret identity. I was like, bro, she tripping. And then once I get beat to sleep, now you want to come and check on me. Like, oh, I missed you so much. Can't we try again? I forgive you. Don't forgive me. Let me go ahead. I'd have slammed the door in the face.
Oh, man. Hey, but look though, what I find interesting about this show, in my opinion, I think they're doing a lot of the play on words, the play on the word invincible for one. Even, you know, every episode, you know, it always cuts to invincible as somebody's about to say it, you know what I'm saying? And you got the title screen filling up with more blood as the episodes progress. And I like how they kind of playing with the word invincible, because you see he's really not invincible at all, and they give a very, very realistic approach of how bad it could be. You know what I'm saying? As a hero, like I thought it was crazy when we first saw when the aliens came out the tunnel, right? Like, and he finally met the other Guardians per se. You know, Adam, Eve, Robot, all them. And remember, he tried to save that grandma, and he was flying. Remember, they showed his point of view, and I had never seen this before done. He was flying, right? They showing him. He lands, and the grandma's completely shot the hell up. Even when he got punched by Omni-Man, and he was trying to stop the building. Remember that? Still couldn't do that. Still, it was just like it's so real to the point where, like, in the real world, you would have to think about stuff like this. And that's what he was telling me, like, you're going to have to do some things you don't want to do. It's not just about, you know what I'm saying, saving people. You might have to kill something. You might have to, like, really get down and dirty, like you save people, but like you know what I'm saying? They showed up on the scene. Remember, Adam and Eve, they suffocating them, all type of stuff. He looking like, I can't believe this is what this is about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even with him and his dad, he really realizing like he doesn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But what I find interesting as well, and I was thinking about what you said, Juan, as far as him have a weakness. I really don't know if he has a weakness per se, but I do know they beat the living shit out of him. I do know that collectively they beat the living shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't Mark. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Adam and Eve. That was the regular Guardians. Flash damn near punched his chest open. Like, seriously, he damn near punched his chest open. So it's like, I want to see what they're going to do about him collectively, especially with the dude flying from deep space with the one eye talking to them. I want to see how they're going to take on an entire invasion of these people. Like, I think they're really just playing with the word invincible. Like, y'all really don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I think they do a really good job with that.
Yeah, it was Robert Kirkman, the same guy that does like the Walking Dead comics. And so what he does is he really puts like, he takes like the Hollywood out of it. So then after that, it's not just, oh man, hey, like, okay, we're just gonna keep having ammo and stuff like that. Eventually, you know, you run out of ammo. Eventually, you have to make up some other weapons. You know, you got to make those tough decisions. So, like, that's the one thing that I think that they were doing in this show, was making it so that people had to see, you know what I mean? Because when we when we glorify all these superheroes, like nobody taught Superman how to fly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody,
Right.
so there would have probably been stuff like that. Superman, for whatever reason, I don't understand why Superman never took boxing lessons because he always get pieced up by somebody. Like, if y'all ever think about it, like I would have just taken some time in the Batcave and be like, okay, had that little gi on or a white belt and have Batman show me some moves or something. Because if
When
not,
you that strong, you could be a kamikaze though, bro. You could take basically any hit and hit them about 10 times harder. You stop caring about defense. You
yeah,
stop caring about defense essentially, bro.
yeah.
Like,
So
okay, you gonna hit me? Okay, I'm gonna punch you to the moon. Okay, I'm just punch you to the moon. Okay, I see you. You
one
hard to
time,
fight.
yeah, one time I think there was a comic strip where like Batman was mad at Superman and like Superman moved real fast because Batman tried to punch him and he was like, "Hey, I know you're upset, but next time you throw this punch, I'm not gonna move and think what's gonna happen in your
Right.
hand." Like that was dark. So
Oh,
that was the kind of thing that man, like I just wanted somebody to be able to look at that and see that a lot of times when we kind of glorify these people, ain't nobody had no training, so like they over here messing stuff up, and that's how it was really been in the world. So, um, what was you guys' favorite fight scene out of the?
oh, y'all go ahead. Man, that's hard. That's a good one. Oh.
Yeah,
Mine was with that the Beast Wars. I think is that his name.
The lion.
yeah.
Yeah.
That dude was vicious, wasn't he? He wasn't no. Wait, is that a male or a woman? I didn't catch
I
it.
think that's a male.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some. Okay.
I'm gonna call it it because I don't know what.
Yeah, I
it
didn't
was.
know. It was kind of giving me male and feminine qualities, you know.
I feel you. Yeah, but I'm thinking it's a man.
Okay.
That dude is a destroyer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
The one with him and Invincible.
yeah.
on.
Well, that whole scene where the new Guardians of the Globe was trying to get with him, he just took all of them down. Like
Yeah.
it at first, it was like it was fun to him. Then like, man, this is boring because y'all ain't giving me no threat. And then when he cracked Invincible with his weapon and whatnot, I was like, man, this show finna end because this guy finna die.
Man.
But yeah,
Man.
I was waiting for his dad to show up and help him. Like I was like, all right, after a certain amount, like how like when you got friends, like if they fighting you after a while, you just be like, oh, they not winning. They're like, all right, it's enough, Go ahead, get him back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't do none of that. He called for help for his son. The help got whooped, and he still was just like sitting there, like it don't make no damn sense.
but see, at that time, I didn't know Omni-Man's full potential of power. So
Man.
I didn't think that Omni-Man wanted it with him. He didn't want to smoke. So that's why
Man.
I thought he left him alone at that time. But later on, like a week later after I did some research, I'm like, oh, so Omni-Man could have done something. He just chose not to. Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
You thought Omni-Man was like the old dude from Friday? You want some too of this old nickel?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, no.
All right, so Nat, what about you? What was your favorite part?
I guess I don't know. I guess the one I liked the most was when they was trying to throw everything at Omni-Man to stop him from talking to Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me, because like the other battles were good, but everything they dropped on him or everything they shot him with, like even that whatever that weapon was that was in outer space, like you saw how strong Omni-Man is. Like he took out
that laser satellite.
Mhm. He took out everything they, I mean, even the cyborg looking K9s or whatever they threw at him, like he took them all down. So even Immortal came at him, like he had like 4 or 5 things he was fighting. They sent Air Force pilots and everything, and he took it all down.
All right, Nick, what's up?
I think my favorite fight had to for sure be it's hard, man. It's Oh my God, it's so hard. I'm not gonna. I'm sorry to do this, but it's a tie between the very first fight when he killed everybody
Hmm.
because like that was such a shocking moment to me. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? It was that type of show. It just completely took a gory and dark turn, and you just instantly want to know that. I like how they just instantly suck you into the plot. Like they don't give you anything, and you just see him go crazy, and then nothing is explained. So they did a great job of sucking us in. But I think that's tied with his fight with Mark at the end because you really get to see how ruthless he really is. Like, dude is no joke. You know what I'm saying? And I found it funny how Mark was like, "This can't be you, bro. You be in control." Like this, and his eyes was red. You know, like what was up with that? Eyes bloodshot red. I'm like, is he being controlled? Is he? You know what I'm saying? And it's like he completely took like a seriously ruthless turn with killing the people. You know, I was like, bro, and you just really realize, you know, with him beating Mark, beating the big animal again, beating the immortal, you like, bro, like nobody is gonna stop, dude.
Hmm.
Really, I'm thinking Mark's about to die. You know, the show over. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just one season.
No, see, I'm being real with y'all, bro. I was like, and I see this show don't mind killing people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, they really about to show how helpless this dude is, and for him to just fly away like that, it leaves an even bigger question. Because with him leaving, now Earth has to get ready. I really like that ending scene where you see where they made that army of the dead soldiers. Y'all remember that?
Mhm.
What was the agent? He made the army of the dead soldiers because he kind of struggled with them because of
Mhm.
their wild fighting style. So now he has an army. But what if he brings back more than one person? I feel like it's over. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like Omni Man literally cannot be beaten by anybody on Earth. So if he goes and bring, like I said, at least two people, I don't see the show getting good unless they give Mark an ultra power up. I don't know. You know, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite part had to be like it was a tie like yours, Nick, but it had to be that first one because the way he was just like the Wonder Woman chick, the where he snapped her neck and then she bled on the back of her back, like. Then after that, the way that he did Black Batman, like one, I swear to God, every time I hear Black Batman, I just think of you and I just smile. I
Man,
smile,
he
bro.
hey, he tore him up. That
He was
was
like Black
uncalled for,
Batman
bro.
got. I was happy about Black Batman. Black Batman got killed real quick, and
Man,
then
Yeah.
and then the little Green Lantern girl, she held him, and
punch
then
her
after
straight in the head, bro.
threw
Straight through her
through it.
head. Yeah.
But
Oh
like
my.
it was really good to see all of those things. Now Now I don't. The crazy part about the last fight was just the stuff that like Omni Man just did. So like Mark would go over there and he'd save the pilot from dying because his chute would crash. And then he's like, "Hey, everything's gonna be all right. I really thought I was gonna die
Bow.
there.
No.
How?
No.
What? Why?" He's like, "You don't see how useless this is." Then
I think me
yeah,
and Nat talked about that on Facebook, man.
Hmm.
Like he just grabbed that Joker's head, bro,
mhm,
Just popped it.
with no effort.
it
It
was a
just
pimple.
pop. God, my
And
bad,
then,
Wyatt.
yeah, and then the other parts
Mhm.
where, like Nick, you had mentioned before, he was holding on to the mom, and then after that, trying to hold up to the building at the same time,
Man,
and then
man.
and then the only thing you see afterwards is just a severed arm. So,
Like, bro.
and the worst part, I by far, is when Omni Man beats his ass in the subway, and then just holds his head.
Yes.
He just holds his
Bro.
head, so then he
Kill
kills
everybody, bro.
everybody by bouncing off of him, and then you just see him just in shock, like oh god, oh god, oh god, because they keep dying off of him. So I don't know, man. I liked it. You know what I mean? I think for plot purposes, Omni Man was just upset because I think he wanted to be the hero in the situation, and he wasn't. You know what I mean? Like there could have been other ways that he could have gone about this. They had the people on his side, but
Most definitely.
yeah, but he had that Warriors mindset, and that's why I think it was a little bit different. Nat, you got something to say? Because you bite your lip over there like you just like I'm ready to talk about this.
No, I mean that's your opinion. I think Omni-Man was provoked. Like if they had left him alone, he wouldn't have done all that damage.
Oh
Like
no, he was doing that regardless.
no,
He was doing that
no.
regardless.
It kicked
He
off
was
in
doing that
7.
regardless.
No, he came home. He was looking for his wife. Them jokers in his house, fully armed,
Hey,
and
get
then
that
that
man
kicked
an
him off.
Oscar. Get that man an Oscar for that performance, because we all looking like, bruh, this can't be, can't be.
Mm-mm,
Not the pillar of justice. Can't be.
I was surprised that they made somebody that freaking powerful, man. Like I'm thinking in my mind, I'm having these like what ifs, whatever, and I'm trying to figure out, all right, so who can match up toe to toe with this guy? And so I'm thinking Superman maybe, but I'm like, no, because even Omni-Man is not even. You put some kryptonite in front of Superman, he gonna fold. So I'm like, bruh, like this dude here is like one of the strongest guys, villains, if you want to call him a villain for now. And I say that for now because I went and read way ahead, and I'm thinking, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So I'm thinking if season 2 go down this route, it's gonna be even better. But yeah, man, I'm the man that dude, man.
Juan, I had to stop you because I know you was getting ready to just tell season 2 and 3.
Yeah, I was
heard
going
it in your
to,
voice.
and I stopped.
You was double dutching into it. You was
Yeah,
like, oh.
man, I stopped. Yeah, I stopped.
Hey, I want to know a little side story I really appreciated in this show as well. I really like the black man's. I'm sorry, I can't forget his name. How he tricked Mark into taking over. Yeah, the machine head guy.
Yeah.
And come to find out, you know what I'm saying? He the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to see how that plays off. Because it's like they showed us that and they never really got more into it. You know what I'm saying? He got the powerful sidekick guy teleporting in places and stuff. But it's like on the overall scale of things, I understand like what could he really do? You know what I'm saying? I think that was just a cool side story. But it's like they got such a big problem with Omni-Man and the Viltrumites. It's like, are we going to even see more of that? You know what I'm saying? Is it important enough? You know what I'm saying? To go in depth.
Well, the one thing I saw that I really liked at the end of the season, like they kind of did something where they tied all that stuff together, where they showed a little bit about like we have, like even though we didn't finish these stories, we ain't forgot about them. So that was a part that I really liked because they talked about the Martians, they talked about Titan, the black dude that you were talking about, like they talked about the twins, the clones that they, you know what I mean? So they had all of those things where they kind of touched on them, like. And even Immortal, because they were putting him back together. So,
man, I'm like, bro, would y'all let this man rest in peace? He tired of this. Like,
bro, he got decapitated and then got torn in half like this way. Like
I feel like he's in a comic book version of Groundhog Day. You wake up angry. You say, "Where's Omni-Man?" He kills you, and you just keep repeating the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Omni-Man? He take you out. Okay, we gotta bring this man back.
Man, after I got taken out twice, I'd have been like, "Listen, let me."
Yeah, I would have woke up like, "Yo, I'm about to go." You know, y'all got this.
Put me on a rocket ship. I'm more tired to talk to the people at Mars.
But the director thinks that Immortal dude is the only dude that can lay a hit on Omni-Man, and he hit him once, and then got ripped into like tissue paper, bro. So
man,
that's the reason Omni-Man's. He gave Omni-Man irritated eyes. That's the only thing he did by trying to gouge his eyes out. And then Omni-Man was like, "All right, I'm done playing with you, bro." And ripped you up.
Hey, I got this little theory, right? I don't know if it's gonna be true, but with stopping Omni Man and with the agents capturing the twins, right? And they're experts at cellular reconstruction and things like that. Do you think they could possibly make a Viltrumite? Think they could do that with Mark? I'm thinking like, could they? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because they captured him, they didn't kill him at the end, and I feel like my man's is going to really use that to his advantage.
I mean, he
Because
did.
Mark can't do it. Could
He
you
did.
maybe mix a Viltrumite with an Immortal?
Mm,
That sound like a Omni Man problem for real.
it could, but see, they only do like cloning, so they will only be able to make like a second Mark. You know what I mean? Like the same thing they did with Robot. They basically made
True.
the same person again. It wouldn't be like
True.
if they could combine the two, because then they'll
But they
probably
do got
end
help
up,
now. They
yeah.
do got help from my man's. He a bad. If they putting people together, man, and bring it
What about putting the people together and then using the robots too?
Oh my god, bruh.
They have immortal cybermen.
But the robots or the cyborg things?
The cyborg thing. So like they have immortal. I call them Cybermen from like when they was because they only thing that they man like it was hilarious to me when they started trying to gnaw on his face. It was like
bro, they so wild, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that gonna do? You over here giving him hickeys in the face. So that was the funny part, bro. I don't know what else they were gonna do.
Bro. I don't know. I don't know what these new Guardians gonna do either. They need to sit down somewhere.
I think Rexplode has like the most potential out of all of them.
Really? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Because he reminds me of like Gambit. So I mean, he could pretty much, put that energy into anything. So like right now, I think he throws like coins or something. But like as he gets older, he has like the best potential. I mean, Duplicate really doesn't have strength. She has the power to like, only multiply herself. And then Monster Girl, as of now, Monster Girl keeps getting younger every time she transforms. So she's gonna be like non-existent soon. And then he's a human now. So who else is there?
That black guy.
Samson.
The black guy who just got his powers back. He's pretty strong as well.
After getting beat to sleep. If that's what it took to get his powers back. Oh,
but you know what though? After what happened to Black Batman, I like, hey brother, don't jump in there too quick. Hey, wait a minute. Just sit on the sideline for a second, because I don't want.
You better play coach. You better go there. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Omni Man snatched that dude from mid-air, bro, and just slammed him to the ground. That was it. I still ain't got over that one, but yeah. I like that guy too, and being Gambit's one of my favorite X-Men. I picked up on that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, he does have the most potential, but he has to get out of his own way, man, because he a jerk for real.
Right, for they kill him before he ever reach it.
Right.
Yeah, and I thought about this. They still also had those people that came through the tunnel and the portal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They were still coming back for him too. So like, Invincible got enough to worry about. He don't need to worry about his dad right now. He need to worry about all these other things in front of him.
He just need to be normal. Like he just need to give it up. Like,
yeah, you're not invincible, bro. Change your name. Do a lot of stuff different. Just go back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
It's being inconsistent. That's what it is. But man, like I gotta give it to him though. Like I know we clown on him, but he at least tries. You know what I mean? And after taking the L that he took from Beast Wars, he didn't want to be a superhero no more. He took all.
Yeah, he quit.
Beast Wars took all his heart out of it. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get a good education. Like I don't want to do nothing else. I want to have a steady life. That's it. And he was forced back into Invincible because his girlfriend and his best friend was getting ready to get ate up.
You should just let him get ate up, especially Amber. It wouldn't have been a loss.
Black Lives Matter. Don't do that. We got to keep the sister alive.
We got to protect black women. So
They already killing black men in there, man. We got to keep the sister alive. Preserve the sisters.
So, man. So yeah. So it's been. I think it was a very productive. I guess this is more like a part 2 since we covered part 1 before, and yeah, it was a lot. But this year, like, and what they did in the last couple episodes, like I like the timing and the pacing of it. It was really good from that point.
All right, so on the scale of 1 to 10, which I'll give you.
Very good question. I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right. About an 8.
I give it like
I give it 8.
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah, we all about the same thing.
Yeah, but we're all about the same. It's very good. I think I just can't maybe just give it the extra points just simply because I don't know how they're going to take this story and flip it, and I hope they don't do a bad job. But from what you're saying, Juan, look like they, if they just stick to what they need to.
It's finna hit the fan, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
There you go, Juan.
Okay.
I'm proud of you, bro. Because you want to talk about the whole thing. You want to talk
bro,
about everything.
I wanted to, man, but nah, it's gonna hit the fan, man.
That's good. Good show.
All right, well, man, like it seems like we talked about it. We're interested in seeing more of what they got to show. So, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and check out. I don't know when the new season's gonna come out. When they're gonna do all the. It'll probably be next year. That's the one thing I like about the shows now. Like, I don't necessarily need 26 episodes, and the 26 episodes show up, and they don't have. They had like 13 episodes that are filler episodes. Get to the point. Let me get to the storyline and be on the way. So before we
that's where we at right now with One Piece, and I'm so upset.
One Piece, I'm not even there yet. I'm somewhere else. So, but going ahead and kind of closing out, since I guess we kind of talked about everything we wanted to. Anybody got any last minute thoughts, comments, concerns, outbursts?
Yeah, I was trying to Google when will season 2 start, but it don't give a date as of yet.
But you said it is confirmed now, right?
It's confirmed for a 2nd and 3rd season.
That's good. That's good. I don't think they're gonna fumble it either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they do that, but I think it did a little too well to just fumble it.
I don't think they're gonna fumble it either.
I mean, the one thing that I don't like is sometimes how they fumble something if it's based on a comic book. Like you just follow like literally they just give you what you need to talk about. They give you dialogue and storyboards. So I don't understand how some people be like, oh, we really dropped the ball here, but this was a really good story arc with everything else.
I got a second question. Do you guys see this being a live action movie?
That would be really good, bro. That would be really good.
I think they will have to water down Omni-Man just a little bit. He can't be smashing heads like a great, movie.
Yeah, man, that'd be bad.
But then I don't want it to. I don't want it to.
Yeah.
Now that I see squashed heads and him putting people, because you definitely wouldn't get the subway scene. And now that I've seen the subway scene, you can't unsee that.
Oh, man, the amount of blood and gore you would have in that movie, it would have to probably be a mature series. It couldn't even probably be a movie.
Yeah, I could see me walking out the movie theater if their subway scene's not in there.
I'm not gonna walk out. I'm gonna still watch it, but I'm gonna be like, we're gonna rip this thing to shreds on here. Can you believe they didn't have a subway scene? They didn't have none of it. So,
man.
All right, so it said it will probably air in the first half of 2022.
Probably like this time. Like they'll have it once a year where they come out like that. So they'll probably have something at the late end of the year that talks about like a trailer or something like that for it. But hey, I thought about something since we talked last. I think what they should have done is I think they should have made for Mortal Kombat. They should have made it a series that was just on HBO Max. So then they could have gave everybody their kind of time, and so like you could be able to really follow, like maybe flesh out Cole a little bit more if you wanted to do that, or even if you didn't even need to have him in there, but you could have had backstory on how Jax got to be where he was, like Sonya got to do that. Everybody would have some time to have those things flashed out. But then I also read that they only paid $50 million to make the movie for Mortal Kombat, which in honesty is not all that much money. So
That's why it's so.
the choreography was great, but then after that it was just the storyline. They was like, listen, we're gonna give them the suits from Mortal Kombat, and we're gonna get some really fire ass fighting scenes. That's all they need. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up. Brought that to the table. But yeah, I just wanted to see how everybody felt. I'm glad that we had everybody here today. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sign out here. And once again, we want to thank you for being a part of it. Down below, tell us how you felt about Invincible. And like the Hulk, smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll love you 3000. All right, y'all have it easy. Be easy.